What's up, YouTube? My name's Austin. This is the Sports Stage. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing daily fantasy player props again. NFL is right around the corner. Guys, today is Sunday, August 25th. Next week, we got a bye week. Following that, you guys know September 5th, the NFL season starts. So we got some NFL props right here. These are my first NFL player props of the season. We're doing 5 of them. 3 are going to be for September 5th, that Chiefs-Ravens game. 2 are going to be for September 6th, that weird Friday night game. We got Eagles-Packers action. Guys, football season is freaking here. I'm calling this the Chalkboard payoff slip. What I mean by that is we're doing it on Chalkboard, and this is going to pay off what you spent to get my NFL season pass. If you used code Sunday on my season pass and you're signed up for it, ready to go, ready to win some money with us this year. If you haven't signed up for that, guys, join us all. We're going to win big this football season, just like last year. Right down here at the bottom of the video in the description, there's a link. It says free and VIP picks. Click that link, get the NFL season pass. Use code Sunday. That gets you 30% off. There's a limited amount of spots for that price. So get in on that quick. Don't miss out on that 30% off price, guys. We're going to win that money back and some with this slip right here. I'll show you how. Let's get right into the picks. First off, you know Patrick Mahomes. He's just the freaking face of the NFL right now. I'm not a Chiefs fan. If you guys know anything about my channel, I actually hate the Chiefs, but I don't bet with my heart. I bet where the money's at. I bet where the stats are, where the trends are, where I'm going to win. So we're going with the Mahomes prop, and we're going to show you why. Game log right here, we're going to look at it, and last season is not actually going to look super impressive for us. We're taking Mahomes over 263.5 passing yards. That's what the line is set at right now, today, August 25th. This could change in the next 2 weeks, so lock these plays in as soon as you can so this line does not go up. But moving on, as you see right here against Baltimore last year, 241 yards. He is below our line. A lot of the time on the season last year, he actually was below the line. 8 games he went above it. You guys know there's 17 games. 8 games he was above it. That doesn't bode well for us. However, if you guys watch the Chiefs or if you follow football and know much about football, last year was a very down year for their offense. Despite winning the Super Bowl, it was a down year for the Chiefs offense. They didn't have as many weapons as they typically have. Their defense stepped up big time. The Chiefs finally got a good defense, and that's what won them a Super Bowl. They shut down Lamar Jackson. If you watch the tape on that one, they did a lot of blitzes, but they didn't try to go get him. They got through the line of scrimmage, and they fit up, forced him to throw in the pocket. That's how you beat Lamar Jackson. That's what they're going to do again, I believe, on September 5th, Thursday Night Football opening game. But I want to show you guys the 2022 stats. And you guys are probably thinking, Austin, what the hell are you doing? This is 2 seasons ago. 2022, he had a better offense than he had last year. So I want to show you what Mahomes does with a good offense. This year, he's got Rashee Rice is back in his 2nd year. He has not been given a suspension yet. He's set to play the first week. Hollywood Brown's out. I get that. But he's got Xavier Worthy. If you guys know anything about Xavier Worthy, he's not just that fast 4-2-1 guy. His tape is incredible. His routes are good. He gets open. Despite his 160-pound frame, he does not miss games. I'm not going to say he doesn't get hurt because he's always hurt, but he has a catch in 39 straight games at Texas. The dude's going to be on the field. He's going to have a good season. He's going to be Lamar Jackson's deep threat right now. So all that with Travis Kelce. Yes, he's getting older, but I want to show you later what Travis Kelce can do. But look at what he does with a good offense. Damn near every game he's over 300 yards in 2022. There's a little stretch right here where he wasn't. He had 262. That's actually a yard under what we need. This is under. This 292 is also actually over. But look at all these 300-yard games he's putting up. Some 400-yard games. Guys, Mahomes deals when he has a good offense. You guys know what he does. You see him 5,000 yards twice in his career. That's not easy to do. Not everybody's Drew Brees, right, where he's throwing for 5,000 multiple years in a row. But Patrick Mahomes, 263 yards. It's week 1. He's going over it. Look what he did in week 1 in 2022. 360 yards. Yes, it was against the Cardinals. I'm not going to say that was tough competition, but opening night, he dominated there. I didn't even look yet, but I want to see what he did opening night last year. 226, not so great. The Lions balled that game. You guys remember that one last year. Their defense was stout in that game. But we're taking Mahomes over 263.5 passing yards. Chalkboard is one of the apps that allows you to stack picks. What I mean by that is you can take Mahomes on the over for passing yards, and you can pair that with his receivers on the over for receiving yards. It's a good way to double up our money, because if Mahomes gets 263 passing yards, he's throwing to people that are going to catch those yards, right? I mean, that's a pretty what am I trying to say? Common sense equation right there. If that's even an equation, I don't know. I'm not a math whiz, guys. I do sports betting. I'm not a chemist or a algebra teacher or something like that. All right, Travis Kelce, over on the yards. Sorry, I'm blocking his face right here with mine. I know I'm not as good looking as Travis Kelce. He pulled Taylor Swift. Kelce, 58.5 yards is where his line is at. We're taking the over. I'm not even going to show you his full season. I want to show you one game in particular, and that one is the game that matters because of who he's playing against. Baltimore Ravens, last year in the playoffs, 11 targets, 11 catches, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. If you don't think Andy Reid is going to duplicate that game plan again this year, you're out of your mind. Andy Reid is a brilliant football coach. Yes, the Ravens have good football coaches over there too. They're going to try to scheme against this. I get that. Andy Reid is going to target Travis Kelce. He killed the Ravens in the playoffs. You guys see it. Caught every single target, had 116 yards on top of that, and scored a tutty. Travis Kelce over 58.5 yards. He only needs half of what he got in the playoffs. Literally, quite literally, half. 58 times 2 is 116. Travis Kelce over on the yards. Next, another Chief. We're going to stack it again. And if you think about it, when you add these two things together, Xavier Worthy, his line right now is 46.5 yards. On the over, we're taking him on the over. If you put Kelce's 58.5 plus Worthy's 46.5, what does that give us? 104 yards? He's got 200 more yards to throw. No, that's not right. Like I said, I'm not a mathematician. 104 yards. He's got 159 more yards. You get what I'm saying. 104 yards is not 263. So even with both of these guys going over, Mahomes is going to have other guys that he's going to hit as well. But these two guys are going to be his primary targets. Rashee Rice is going to do his thing. I'm not taking anything away from him. Kelce is going to have double-digit targets. Xavier Worthy, he only needs one play, and he can get this 46.5 yards. If he gets loose, we finish that. We hit this bet in one play. But we're not going to look at his Chiefs game log because he hasn't done anything as a Chief yet. We're going to look at his college game log. If you guys watch Texas football, you know they do a lot of dink and dunk stuff, but then they take their shots. They do have some intermediate game as well, but what sets that up is the dink and dunk stuff. Xavier Worthy caught a lot of screen passes. He did catch a lot of comebacks as well. He did catch a lot of fade balls as well, but I don't know for sure. This is just me pulling the number off the top of my head. I would guess probably around a quarter of his catches were around the line of scrimmage on bubble screens or quicks. What I mean by quicks is like a smoke screen from the outside. Does the same exact thing as a bubble screen. It accomplishes the same goal. The ball's just coming from the ball's coming at you in a different way, and the blocking is set up in a different manner. Instead of a bubble, it's a quick from the outside number one guy instead of the slot guy. If you get just a little quick football lesson there. Anyways, Xavier Worthy, his line is 46.5 yards. Look at his game log here. You guys can see it right here. He had 2 games where he did not get 46.5 yards last year. I know it's college. I know it's Texas, not the Chiefs, but Xavier Worthy in college showed that he can cover this line and he can cover it consistently. Now he's with a better quarterback. I hate to say that. I'm a Texas fan, so I do like Quinn Ewers, but he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's with a better quarterback. He's with Andy Reid, probably the best offensive mind in the NFL right now. So Xavier Worthy over 46.5 yards. That's our chief stack, guys. If Mahomes hits the over, you can bet, not guaranteed, like I said, I hate saying guarantee, damn near guarantee that Kelce and Worthy are also going on the over. So those are our 3 overs for the Chiefs. Next, this is the Friday night game. Like I said, we got 3 on the Thursday night game, 2 on the Friday night game. We're going Jordan Love. Check out his passing numbers, guys. 316 yards, 256 yards. Before I keep continuing, I should probably tell you what the pick is. Jordan Love over 257.5 passing yards. You can see looking at his chart right here, that's probably a fair line. If you're looking at what he did last year, 257 yards, it's probably a pretty fair line. He was over here, slightly under, over, under, over, under. The beginning of the season, he was under it quite a bit. If you guys see that, once he got hot and got in rhythm and started to be the Jordan Love that we saw, he's over it more than he was under it, guys. In the playoffs, he did go under it against the Niners. He went over it against the Cowboys. That Cowboys game, he didn't have to do much because that defense was just stout and dominated. The Cowboys. Dak Prescott struggled in that one. But the Cowboys defense gave up 48 points, so I'm not going to put it all on Dak. Anyways, guys, Jordan Love, I'm taking the over at 257.5 passing yards, and then we're going to pair it with his number one wide receiver. There's a debate in Green Bay. Who's the number one? Well, they spent a pretty high draft pick on Christian Watson. Christian Watson is the number one receiver when he's healthy. I don't know if you guys have heard, but he went through this new medical treatment on hamstrings where he had asymmetrical hamstrings, like a huge asymmetry in his hamstrings. It was like 21% strength compared to like 8% strength or something. There's a big disparity there. Christian Watson's brought that down to less than 8% disparity between both hamstrings and strength, which I'm not a doctor, but apparently that is very good considering the average person and what the disparity is between strength in each hamstring. And by making those hamstrings as symmetrical as you can, it reduces your risk of injury, and his hamstring's been the only thing that he's been hurting. So Christian Watson is expected to stay healthy this year if this new medical treatment helps. And if it does help, you can expect a lot more NFL guys to be doing this same treatment that Watson went through this last offseason. Anyways, guys, when he's healthy, when he's playing, when he's the number one receiver, 38.5 yards is not a ton of yards for him to get. Back here at the back half of the season, 71, 94, he went under it a few times here. He actually went under it for about 4 straight games here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games here. Over it here, under it here. Christian Watson, this is a tricky one. If I'm going to say there's one pick in this whole slip that's risky, it's this Christian Watson one because of his injury history. He hasn't shown a ton of consistency, but I believe he's going to be back and he's going to be the number one receiver for the Green Bay Packers this year. He only had 53 targets last year. That's not a ton. You guys know he played hurt most of the season. He was out there gimping around. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, all 4 of those dudes can ball. Then you count the 2 tight ends, Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. Those guys can also ball. Jordan Love has a ton of targets to throw it out there to. But if he gets 257 yards, 38.5 of those is likely coming from Christian Watson, guys. I'm taking Watson on the over. These are my 5 picks for week 1 of the NFL. Like I said, 3 for the Thursday night game, 2 for the Friday night game. We're stacking picks on Chalkboard as long as Chalkboard allows it. Sleeper does not allow it, so you guys know I love Sleeper, but I'm going to go where the money's at. Chalkboard allows it. Dabble also allows us to stack picks right now. Hopefully they continue this throughout the season because that's where we're going to freaking cash and win some big money. Guys, this slip's going to give us $948 on a $100 play. This is our Chalkboard payoff slip. If you got into my VIP season pass, we're going to pay that off with this slip, and we're going to grow from there. This is week 1, baby. Let's go. I cannot wait for the NFL season to get going. College football went well this last weekend. We hit our 2-man slip on Dabble earlier this weekend with the Florida State game and the SMU game. We started off football season good. Let's go. We started off good on the sports books as well. Delaware State plus 40.5. That was easy freaking money, guys. Today we hit Broncos minus 2.5. They dominated. We're hitting football picks, guys. Get in on the action. Join with us. Win with us. I'm not going to let you guys down. I'm going to put everything I have into finding you guys good picks. Let's freaking go. If you guys like these videos, if you like my picks, hit that subscribe button down here so you can see all my free picks. Like I said, if you want every football play that I put out, NFL season pass is down here below. That's going to include my draft guide as well. If you haven't drafted your fantasy teams, get in on that draft guide. Let's go. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next time.